Hi guys, Darren from Venom Fluid Art here. Thought we'd have a bit of a play with a modified swipe, just for a bit of fun. Now I'm going to keep this one pretty simple, because that way like your beginners can really have a crack at this. I mean, you don't have to use the same colours as I'm going to be using, but you can have a bit of a play. So you can use tube paints instead of this little piggy pigments and all the other bits and pieces. So you get pretty similar results. So what I'm going to do is do a swipe across at an angle across there. Now this one's Inferno by this little piggy. Which is like a really crazy neon sort of colour. I'm going to put down some Enchantment by this little piggy. But only a thin strip of that. Going to put down some Gold by Pebeo. This one's a little bit thick, I think. Yeah, it is, but we'll go with it. It's only one a little bit. Like that. Now, if your gold's a little bit too thick, or any of your colours, if you give them a little bit of a stir, they will thin up a tiny bit. But you're better off to add a little bit of water and maybe a drop of Joe Sonia into it. Okay, this one here is Lemon Sorbet by this little piggy. So I'm going to put that at either side for when I do my modification. Like that. Now I'm going to add some of the Pebeo green yellow. It's got a thing for this colour. Little sections like that. You can add Liquitex Dioxazine Purple that I've modified. Like that. Only need a little drop. And I think I might stick on a blue. Yeah. Can't remember for the life of me what colour blue it was, because I haven't got it on the lid for some reason. Genius, huh? But I like the colour. Alright. So I'll start with that. Now, before I swipe that out, what I want to do is on each side of this, I'm going to put interference colours in. Now, interference colours are like mica powders that look white, but in the light they'll change colour. Really hard to see, but they do it. So what I'm going to do is add some along the edge of there. Now this one's Comet by this little piggy. And what I'm doing is leaving tiny little gaps in between. Like that. So that's going to be for another part of our pattern. Okay, so that is, reach around there, that's the Comet. We have Interference Red That's Pearlex colour. Right, and what I'm doing is filling that in between the gaps of where the comet was. It doesn't really matter if you landed on top of the other ones or whatever for what we're going to do. I have some interference green, which I'll just add in little places here and there. Little wiggles. And then I have some chameleon pigments that go all different colours. So what we're going to do is put some of these down. There's a strip there, but then the chameleons are really trippy. They go like 3 or 4 different colours. So when you look at the stick that's had the chameleon on, there's a light there. Goes all sorts of colours depending on what angle you've got it on. Now, I'm going to pop these bubbles. It's just a little butane torch. Try not to get too close to your paint or you will cook it. Like, that's not actually hot, so that far away you know there's air moving, but it's not hot. Okay, now what I'm going to do is get my little swipe tool, which is just a little palette knife that I've removed the handle off. I hate the handles on them. Drives me crazy because they get in the way. So, as you can see, I've taken the handle off it. That way you can get in and you don't have this part tangling you up. So, now what I'm going to do is add some cell activator to that, which is Amsterdam Lamp Black, mixed with Australian Floetrol at 4:1. So we'll add some of that on to the palette knife, like so. Then we're just going to swipe it in a straight line. Like that. Now, while we're waiting for the cells to pop up, because it is freezing cold weather here, so all my paints are a little bit thicker than they usually are, but no big deal. Speed things up a bit with the straw. Now, I wanted the cells smaller on this one, rather than go big jumbo cells for what I want to do. So I'll grab a skewer, like this, and while that's sinking, the white that we've laid lines through, I'm just going to grab the skewer, put some wavy patterns in like this, and drag through the middle of it. Same with this side. Make some wavy patterns, and then just drag a couple of lines through the other way. And it gives you a real bizarre sort of pattern to it. And if you see any bubbles, now's the time to pop them. Or get your little torch back out again. Quick torch. Alright, now we'll modify this bit. So all I'm going to do is go like that. I mean, you can do it any way you choose, but you can have a bit of fun and experiment with different patterns, different shapes, and sorts of crazy stuff. Now that's going to move around a fair bit because there's still a lot of pillow paint on here. So what we're going to do is have a bit of a tilt, stretch things out a little bit. You can manipulate where you want your line just by moving things around. Like that. Scrape up some of this paint and pour it off. Like so. Grab some paper towel, wipe my hands. Alright, so go for that sort of pattern. Then you can go in and manipulate. Same with these bits. It's a little black piece of goober in there. Got it out. It's all good. Like that. Now we'll give that a bit of a spin. See what it does. So you want to be in the center of your spinner if possible, as close to possible as humanly possible. That was a mouthful. Okay, give that a spin. You don't have to go super quick. Just enough to make the paint move. See how now it's starting to fatten out that little thin line? While there's still a little bit of paint on, if you want to, you can go in, drag other colours through it. Come in from the centre if you want, drag some out. You can come in from this side as well, rotate things. Bring sections in, drag other sections back out. Like so. Little loops in here, little loops in there. So scrape some of this around the outside. There's a little dot there, that's an air bubble. Okay. There you go. So we'll pop that one up, we'll have a bit of a look. Where do I put the palette knife? There it is. Okay. So, if I hit this with a light, you should be able to see the interference colours that are all ghosted in there. And there are all the other colours in the swipe. So you've got your little cells, and then you've got all the little cool shimmers and things like that. All the colour shifts. So change colour. And then all the hidden ghost interference colours down there. It's like mother of pearl. Alright guys, hope you like that one. If you like what you've seen, click like, share and subscribe. If you ring the notification bell, you'll get to see all my videos as I release them. And thank you so much for being here and watching the video. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And you guys take care. Have fun. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.